Greetings, this is Frosty Thundertrod, and welcome back to episode 2 of Battletech. Alright, we finished all of our tutorial and our grindy, missions last time. I went through and did some mech refits. I still have more to do, but right now it may not be time and cost effective to do so. But I do need to customize my company and get it set up right. Alright, first of all, let's get our colors right. There it is, black, and then green. There we go. Alright, we have usually use white as the accent. There it is. Alright. And of course, this is the Cinder Guard. There we go. Head to the command center. And we're gonna take this mission for Merrick. It's 12 days of travel. I got 14 days of mech repairs to do until they get there, but so I'm gonna have to
command.
Orbit for 2 days before we start the mission.
Docking sequence commencing.
Yeah. I can't imagine how uncramped and uncomfortable it must be to live aboard a Leopard-class dropship. Now basically, this is the puddle jumper of dropships. Which later on in the game, makes perfect sense, but for right now, I mean, you're living aboard this thing. You're on the Leopard's Bridge with Sumar, Yang, and Darius for the daily staff briefing. Darius says, "We received 3 messages from the banks." Loan shark, Samir cuts in. "From the people who are financing us," Darius continues. "They're considering rewriting the terms of our loans so that it will be easier to seize the ship if we miss a payment. As usual, they're only doing this because they believe we can't fight it in court." All 3 of these options have the exact same result. So right now I think they're just trying to rattle us. We're not going to miss any payments anyway, so I'm just going to ignore them. Yep, loan status fair. Alright, resume time.
We've entered orbit, Commander.
Not yet. Gotta wait 2 more days. Well, while I am here, I will check the store. They have Wolverines for sale. Nice mech. Not something I need right now. See what they have for equipment. Nothing interesting. Weapons. Yeah, kind of an okay LRM-15. That's a very nice SRM-4. Yeah, nothing here particularly. Alright. Advance time till the Shadowhawk's done.
Job's done, Commander.
Alright, let's launch our contract. Alright, Behemoth, Decker, Glitch, and of course I take the Blackjack.
Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
often in this first mission you never see an enemy mech. It's just a bunch of vehicles, so We'll see what we get to fight. And the long loading times of my old computer are making themselves apparent again. If it wasn't for the fact that I hate doing video editing so much, I would just cut these out. Alliance of pirate military units operating in Battletech within a region we control. All Merrick operations are at risk as long as this lance is allowed to move unimpeded. Hunt down the enemy lance and eliminate it. Yeah, see, the military unit's not mechs, so I'm guessing it's going to be just a bunch of tanks. Maybe one light mech mixed in. Which lore-wise makes sense, because out here in the periphery, about the only battle mech that gets produced in any significant amounts the Locust. And it's a very bad mech. I'm sure you can make something of it that works. I mean, it took me a while, but I figured out a way to make the spider actually somewhat useful. So. Alright, let's begin the mission.
Command interface initiated.
Moving out.
Aye, aye.
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
Yeah, with this terrain, I don't have to worry very much about heat.
Location confirmed. We've got an unknown on sensors.
On the move.
You betcha.
Oh, we do have mechs. Looks like a Locust and a Commando. That Locust made a mistake moving such a small distance. Alright, I'm gonna have Decker reserve.
Roger that. Standing by.
Alright. Commando moved a little bit more, but still not much. Alright, Decker.
Yes, Commander.
I want you to go up here. Yes, 4 evasion chevrons.
Location confirmed.
Yeah, in earlier versions of the game, you would just use bulwark, you know, basically stand in place and tank damage. But in this version, that only gives you 20% damage resistance. You got to use natural cover along with bulwark and other abilities in order to get a halfway decent damage resistance.
Now let's see how you handle this.
That's a good shot.
Target's taken a critical hit.
Yeah, one of the more frustrating things about this game is that early on here, your mech warriors are terrible at hitting things because they have very low gunnery skill. And most of your enemies are lights, which actually have a +2 to difficulty to hit. So there's going to be a lot of missed shots. Alright.
Good to go.
Behemoth. Let's see, where can I put you? Over there you have 2 evasion. 50-50 shots there. 70-60 there with 50. How about over here? Yep. Yeah, that'll work. And that way she stays in cover. Alright, target that Locust and let it go.
think I hit something good.
Alright, yeah. That locust is in bad shape. Okay. I'm gonna move Frosty over here. Let's see, what do we got here? Well, I'm gonna go for the leg and try to double leg it.
All weapons committed.
Yeah, and I didn't.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Waiting on you,
glitch.
Commander. Got it.
Alright, Glitch. Let's see what you can do here.
Uh-huh.
That actually went relatively well.
There's more where that came from.
Geothermal training launcher. Just walking through it is not really a big deal, but if you end your turn in it, you will take heat damage.
Waiting for orders.
Let's see here. 3. I want more than 3 if I can get it. Yeah. 3 in cover. I guess that'll work.
Got it.
Kind of miss having the jump jets, but dropping the jump jets gives me much more armor, and the machine guns give me significant more damage output.
Roger that.
Alright, that's good hits. And I've disabled its large laser, which is the most dangerous thing it has. Alright, come on, where... There we go. That's the spot. This early in the game probably doesn't matter, but later on you definitely want to take your time, make sure you pick out the right spot. Now I've got my morale abilities, Vigilance, which is very good defensive ability, gives you basically the same thing as being in trees, and it stacks with being in trees. And then Precision Strike, which is also very useful. Now here at low levels, basically just use the up your chances to hit period. Here, I'll go ahead and use it. You'll see it jumped all my chances up to 80%. Now later on in the game, as you get better tactics skill, it gives you a good chance to actually pick what part of the mech you're going to shoot. At this point in the game, it just gives you a slightly better chance to hit that specific part of the mech, but your damage is still going to spread over pretty good. Now, ideally, I would like to just double leg this mech, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot for legs. And I center torso it anyway.
Destroyed.
Yep. Alright.
Mission successful.
That's the end of this mission. A little bit extra money, long loading screen here. Alright. A little standing with the Free Worlds League, which is my favorite of the true Inner Sphere. Of these, I'm definitely taking the Commando. The Commando's a much better mech. And I get everything anyway, so yeah. Alright, that's one mission down. I think I have to do one more random mission here before I get the next storyline. Raised in 2930, McCarran's Armored Cavalry, the Big Mac is one of the largest and most successful mercenary units in history. Well, we'll definitely not be the largest since we can't ever drop more than one lance. Hopefully in some of the future expansions we'll be able to.
Docking sequence commencing.
I mean, just looking at the interface, it looks like it was something that was planned to be done, but just there wasn't the time for it. Let's find another contract. Alright, 17 days. Our intelligence... So we just did one for Merrick. Now let's do one against Merrick, you know, the true mercenary fashion. Because I don't want to travel right now. I want to, you know, bring in as much money as possible. Alright. Now, the thing about planetary government is you can never gain or lose reputation with them, so they're a good target to just beat up on whenever you can. Alright.
Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
Now, I don't know overall if I'm going to keep all the missions in or if I'm going to just limit myself to the story missions. I'm tending more towards keeping them all in. But what I am going to do, however, is I'm going to take the next story mission as soon as I realistically can. So, you know, you won't be watching me grind out a whole bunch of, you know, random missions trying to get, you know, certain mech that I want. Which, believe me, they are mechs that I definitely do want. I'm actually quite happy with the Blackjack for a while. Alright, begin mission.
Command interface initiated.
Same map as last time, basically, it looks like.
Ready to rock, Chief.
No, it's not the same map, it's just a similar one.
On my way.
This one doesn't have the geothermal in it.
Moving to position.
Oh,
Hostile on sensors.
so we got a mech again. Let's see what we got. Another Locust. Different version of the Locust. Of nothing else, at least the Locust is a good source of C-bills. That's a vehicle, so we got a Locust and a vehicle. Alright,
Standing by.
Hamath, I want you to move up here and be the tank.
Roger that.
Alright. Now I don't have enough morale to use precision strike, so I'm just going to have to wear it some evasion off the hard way.
All weapons are closed.
It's pretty good. The medium laser actually hit, so. A galleon, huh? Alright. Decker,
Good to
your
go.
turn. Let's see here. What can you do? Yeah, you get over here.
Position confirmed.
Yeah, I really don't like fighting in this location because there's not a whole lot of cover available for me to use. But our opposition is so light, we can just face tank it.
Target acquired.
Alright, now that Locust is down
Negative damage.
to evasion. Alright, now Frosty. Yeah, you can go there. That'll be fine. I'll go ahead and take out the Locust, because Glitch can take the vehicle with one shot. So I'll fire at the Locust. Right torso hit, that's
Enemy
pretty
mech.
good.
Critical damage detected.
I hear ya. You betcha.
See, what are my chances on that? 85%? Yep. See if there's a weapon that can hit the Locust, but yeah, the medium laser can hit the Locust, but not the tank, so I'll multi-target. There we go.
Got it.
Yes, that worked out excellently. We got some reinforcements coming in. Looks like 2 vehicles. One of them's got some LRMs on it. Alright, Decker,
Waiting for orders.
I want you to come up here and just punch this Locust.
Moving out. Targeting for physical attack. Hostile eliminated.
Good. So the vehicles are coming around this way. I'm not going to be able to fire on them this turn, so I'm going to just sprint as far forward as I can.
Full throttle.
That'll boost my evasion.
Commander.
Behemoth, I want you to sprint up too.
Waiting on you, Commander.
I want you to sprint over here.
Affirmative.
Hopefully she'll be able to get a shot going this way through this valley.
Let's hit him hard.
Alright, now what just happened there is my pilots, I've got enough morale that my pilots are now inspired, so they all get a plus to hit. Now this is also another reason that you may not necessarily want to always use your inspiration abilities right away, because you know, +1 to hit is a pretty powerful buff.
Holding for tactical advantage.
Alright. Come on. That's perfect. What I was hoping for.
Receiving
Couldn't
you.
get close enough to fire, but got close enough I could get targets on them. Alright, Decker, go squish him.
Heading out.
I actually kind of like the Scorpion because it actually looks like a tank.
Reporting. Vehicle destroyed.
Alright. Now, should I just hold position and let this tank come to me, or should I split and go around the hill at it from both directions? I think I'm gonna do that.
Waiting for
split and
orders.
go at it from both directions. Alright. That's good. Back to Frosty. Go to sprint and come around this way.
Full throttle.
Good to go.
Glitch, come up here.
Got it. Max speed, no shooting.
Alright, now no matter which way that tank goes, it's going to fall under the guns of two of my mechs. And it really can't hurt me unless it gets, like, super, super lucky. Alright, so it's trying to just hang back there and let me come to it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to reserve until it moves.
Affirmative.
And it's a striker. It's trying to run away. Alright. Let's see if my AC2s are enough to take care of it.
All weapons committed.
There we go.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Yes, it was a milk run.
Mission successful.
Okay. Do I have anything down here worth taking? No. No plus weapon, so I'll just take this locust part. Becoming friends with the pirate faction will increase your chance to purchase access to the black market. Generally, I like to just beat up on the pirates whenever I can. You can still buy access to the black market, but you can also get access to faction stores by getting good faction with certain. Alright, story time. Alright, everybody, gather round. After our last talk, I bit the bullet and started fishing around for uncertified contracts, and I repeat, might have caught us something. Who's the client? Unknown. She didn't ID herself in the message, but she claims to be a member of the Canopian elite. She says she's got a big job lined up for us. She wants us for it. Us specifically, she called the commander out by name. I guess the present name still means something out in the Magistry. I'd like to believe it's true, boss, but I'm not sure. I want to bet my life on it. You're certain this client isn't really a bounty hunter? Because I can list about 5 different banks that'd love to repossess this ship. No, not really. The banks want the money. They don't want the ship, because they're just going to sell the ship for a small portion of what you actually own it. They want you to pay for it. We're shopping for uncertified contracts behind the review board's back, Yang. Hell no, I'm not certain. But for what it's worth, I can confirm that she's rich. She reached out to us with a priority HPG message. And those things ain't cheap. This is one of the neat things about Battletech. You can mouse over and get little bits of lore. Hyperpulse Generator, or HPG. It's a device capable of sending terabytes of compressed information from one point to another at faster than light speeds. All modern HPG arrays are owned and operated by Comstar. Yeah, assholes. Basically, Comstar is the reason why technology has slid so far back. Because in its natural state, war tends to lead to technological development, not to technological stagnation and regression. But since these wars have been pretty much attrition wars, where everybody's, destroying each other's factories instead of, destroying their line units and then occupying their factories, that reduces manufacturing capacity, and Comstar either eliminates or sucks up all available knowledge that, didn't wander away from the Inner Sphere during the Exodus at the end of the Star League. Following up will be risky, sure, but I've never let that stop me before. That's a spirit, and besides, we need this. We've been hemorrhaging C-bills out here for way too long as it is. The standard galactic unit of currency. Named for Comstar, one C-bill is valued at 1 millisecond of HPG transmission time. Alright, the C-bill is kind of the standard, but it's like, I wouldn't say it's the standard. It is a standard currency, but it's not the standard currency. Because each house has its own money or house bills, and then all these independent planets, they will have their own currency. C-bills are kind of like Bitcoin, which, it's a currency that can be traded anywhere, but it's not tied to any one government, so you can exchange it into any currency you want, but you probably won't actually be able to take a C-bill voucher into a store and buy a meal. I mean, you'll have to, go convert it into the local house currency in order to actually spend the money. Meeting with a mysterious client sounds totally reasonable to me, given the circumstances. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You should never ask that question. Our new client vents us out an airlock. Our corpses spend the rest of forever tumbling through the icy vastness of space. Well, it's immortality. Thanks for the delightful image, Yang. Trem, I'll admit, it's sketchy as hell, but it's also the best lead we're likely to find. If you want to plot a course for Belfron, the client will be waiting. I think we're already in Belfron, actually. Yeah. Yes, we already are in Belfron, so. Alright, Benefactor. Anna Maria Centrella. Mr. Oliveira, thank you for honoring my request to meet. I am Anna Maria Centrella. You've heard of my family, I'm sure. Lady Centrella, this is a surprise. I wouldn't expect a member of the Canopian royal family to even know who we are, let alone approach us in such a non-traditional manner. This isn't a traditional contract, and I don't need Comstar asking questions. Besides, there's no reason to involve the mercenary review board. I already know I want to hire you. Have I piped your interest, Commander Crescent? My interest, sure, but I need to hear the details before I'm willing to commit to anything. Of course, Commander Crescent. I expect nothing less. The job that I have for you is relatively simple. I need you to recover something for me, and I need it done quietly. Battle mechs don't do much quietly. Have you ever heard us walking? In exchange for your services, I will pay down the interest in your rather sizable loans and buy you the breathing room you've been looking for. A fair deal, wouldn't you say? How do you know? You know what? Doesn't matter. Just tell us what we're supposed to be recovering. This. Lady Centrale's image is replaced on the screen by a grainy photograph of an enormous grounded drop ship. Ramshackle structures cling to it like barnacles. She's a derelict vessel, an Argo, one of only 2 ever made. For over 200 years she's been lying in state on Axios, a pirate moon in the heart of the frontier. I want her, and you're going to bring her to me. I'm not entirely sure if the Argo is something that existed in the universe beforehand or if it was specifically created for this game. I've seen a little bit of information that goes both ways. Yeah, and how exactly are we going to do that? I mean, that's a big ship, and she looks half cannibalized for parts. Look, you can see her ribs in the photo. I'm as enthusiastic about money as the next guy, but I'm a mech tech, not an aerospace engineer. I'll be damned if I can get that thing flying again. Relax, Mr. Bertrand. I have engineering staff on hand to attend to the Argo. Their leader, Dr. Farrar Marad, has built quite a reputation for herself on the frontier. You'll find a jump ship waiting for you at Alloway. It will carry you to the Pirate Moon, where you'll clear a path to the crash site. Dr. Marad and her team will go to work on the derelict, and you will protect them until the work is done. This should be well within your capacities, Commander Crescent, unless I come to the wrong company, of course. This is where my background plays in again. I'm no stranger to protecting non-combatants. This job is well within our wheelhouse. Then I can see no reason why you shouldn't accept my offer. Do the job well enough, and there will be more work waiting for you upon your return. Mr. Oliveira will never find you a better opportunity than the one I'm offering, Commander Crescent. I promise you that. And that is for sure. She isn't wrong, Trim. We're looking for a lifeline, and I think this is as close as we're going to get. Okay, Lady Centrella, you got yourself some mercenaries. Very good. I'll forward your contract to Mr. Oliveira. Your reputation is well known within the Magistry, Commander Crescent. I hope you live up to it. Alright, let's see here. How long's the travel time on this? It is 18 days. Alright, so I have 18 days worth of mech work I can do. So I'm going to work on the Blackjack. Now, first thing I got to do is, while I kind of do like autocannons overall, these AC2s have got to go. Also, ammunition in the center torso is such a bad idea. So you'll see throughout the game, I take advantage of this when the enemies do it so much. Alright, so AC2 is gone. I'm going to remove 2 of these medium lasers. Alright, now 2 large lasers. There we go. And still 5 tons remaining. Equipment. 6. Now I'm gonna see. Small laser. Yeah, go ahead and use the small laser. And small laser. I've already maxed out the armor. Well, not maxed out the armor, but buffed up the armor. So I'm gonna throw some heat sinks in here. Alright, so now this gives me a little bit less damage overall, because I just gave up 50 damage for 40 damage in each arm. But this is 40 damage that's equally effective at just about any range. It can't reach out as far as the AC2s, but it can reach out as far as you're going to likely be able to get a target, unless you're silhouetting yourself on top of a ridge. Now, the 2 small lasers will give me a lot more up-close punch. So, actually, you know, I gave up 50 damage here for 60 damage, but the small lasers will only come into play at very close range. The Blackjack, while you can melee with it, is not really a good melee mech. And that's 27 days. Wow. Now, this is going to be a tough call. Do I want to spend 9 days just, you know, waiting? And you know what? I think I do. Yeah, I think I do.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
Alright, so I'm going to call this episode to a close here. Thank you very much for watching, and join me next time.